Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Don Pringle, and I am your student's AP Physics 1 or Central Washington University CWU Physics 111, 112 teacher. What I'd like to do right now is just take a couple of minutes to describe the AP Physics 1, CWU Physics 111 course, 112 course, let you know how those two courses are integrated, how they work together. Give you some feeling for the expectations, including homework expectations and such for your student. Also to let you know how I communicate as far as grades and performance in class and such. And hopefully answer any questions that you may have in this short, brief video presentation. If you have any questions that are not addressed in this, then I would invite you to please reach out to me directly at don.pringle@ferndalesd.org, or to call my desk phone to arrange a time for us to speak. And that number is 360-383-9287. You should find in front of you a flyer, a handout, a piece of paper that has some information about the Central Washington Physics 111, 112, and also the AP Physics. And so some of what I'm going to share with you right now is found on that sheet also. Okay. All right, so let me begin by sharing my screen with you, and then walking you through just a couple of things that are relevant to AP Physics. Okay. All right. So here we go. Firstly, the content that we cover in AP Physics and Central Washington Physics 111 and 112 is similar to the content that a student would experience if they were in their first semester of a trigonometry-based general physics course at university. So the general physics course, the trigonometry-based course that your student is taking is similar to something that a student would be taking if they were a pre-med major. So if they were in like a biology student at university, if that's what they were planning to study. There is another tier of introductory physics that is calculus-based, that would be more of what a physics student at university or an engineer would take. But the level that we're offering right here is very applicable and very useful, as it's a wonderful introduction for those that are planning to continue to study the physical sciences, or that are planning to look at engineering or anything like that. The screen that I'm sharing with you right now shows the basic areas of study that are found within our course. So we'll study motion and force, we'll study energy, and we will study momentum. And all of that falls within a branch of physics called mechanics, which is usually studied again during that first semester of introductory university physics. Most of the work that our students will be doing in my course is detailed on our Canvas page. So students have a way to log in. They have their Canvas login. Parents can also get a login as an observer, which allows them to see the information that is being shown to their students. So I have here a sample from a physics Canvas page. And I just wanted to articulate to you that I update this every day at the end of our day, but also in advance. So if a student is looking at this in advance, they'd see what I'm planning for us to do. If they look at this at the end of the day after class, I update this so that it reflects exactly what we did. This is helpful for those that may be absent. So if let's pretend this was from a Tuesday. If the student was gone on this day, they could, at the end of the school day, log onto Canvas and see exactly what we covered during that day, and then make an effort to stay caught up with the work that they were missing. Okay. Do we have a textbook in AP Physics? Of course we do. The textbook that we're using comes out of Rice University, and it is a free online textbook, part of their OpenStax project. So we're using college physics for the AP classroom. And again, it's a free online textbook. All of their homework and such comes directly out of that textbook. Okay. And And again, so there it is. It's available for them anywhere that they happen to be. They can get it on their phones or on their tablets. Our online homework service that we use is called the Expert TA. So in addition to worksheets and handouts that they'll be given in class, students also use the Expert TA, which is an online homework service. I use Expert TA because that is what Central Washington University uses for their Physics 111 and Physics 112 courses. The Expert TA has the wonderful advantage of giving students feedback as they complete problems. It also randomizes the variables and the values that are in problems. So if two students are working together, student A and student B will have two different, well, it'll be the exact same problem, but they'll have two different sets of numbers. And so their answers will be different. And so that encourages students, of course, to work with other students, but to do their own work and to turn in their own work. If students get answers incorrect when they're submitted to Expert TA, Expert TA is designed by people with an intimate knowledge of physics and is vetted by physics, college and high school physics teachers. And so the responses that they get back, the feedback they get back from Expert TA is helpful as they're trying to work their way through their homework at home. It's better than just doing the homework on a piece of paper without having any idea whether or not they're doing it correctly. So I just wanted, you probably heard Expert TA, maybe muttered under their breath a little bit, but that is our online homework service that we use for the collection of student work. Okay, so that would normally cost, I think it's $35 or $40 per semester, but the school district covers the cost for your student to use Expert TA. All right, a number of your students have chosen to enroll in Physics 111 and 112. Physics 111 and 112 is a dual enrollment course, meaning that the students that are sitting in AP Physics can sign up for the Physics 111 course through Central Washington University, where they have the opportunity to earn 5 credits through Central. I'm noticing the slide that I'm showing you right now is slightly out of date. Last spring, the Washington legislature passed a bill making college and high school courses free for all students. So a student used to get free courses if they left the high school and went to Running Start. And I think the Washington legislature recognized there's a little inequity there. And so students that stay in the high school and take college and the high school courses now have those courses for free. There are some pros and cons that come along with taking a Central Washington course. One of the cons, of course, it says it's expensive, the cost is no longer there. I'd say the main con would be that whatever grade you earn in the course becomes permanent on your high school transcript, of course, but also you generate a Central Washington University transcript also. And so most of the students do just fine in the course. And so that's not really much of a concern. But for a student that might struggle, they might, really consider whether or not they want to pursue Central Washington University Physics 111, 112, because that same level of risk isn't there if they're just in the AP. They don't also generate a college transcript, okay? Students can earn college credit by just staying in the AP Physics 1 section. At the end of the year, of course, there is the AP exam. The AP exam results tend to be more widely accepted across the nation with other universities than the transfer credit from Central is, but really that is dependent on each individual university. So whether or not that's an option for your student, I think you have to look pretty closely at the university if they're planning to attend to make that decision. Okay. All right. So if you have, I'm doubled in the back. Let me turn that off. There we go. That delay would bother me. So anyway, folks, the Physics 111, 112, and the AP Physics 1, I tell the kids that it has a homework load comparable to what they might experience in Algebra 2 or in pre-calc, and most of them understand what that means, and that clicks in their brain. So the students should be working on homework for the class every day that we have class, and usually 20 to 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes at the most homework. I update grades regularly in Skyward. My wife and I have 5 children, and they're all either coming up through Ferndale or they've all graduated through Ferndale. And so I recognize the frustration that can be present when a teacher doesn't update their grades regularly. So 2 or 3 times a week, I send the grades from Canvas over to Skyward. So when you look at Skyward, you should have a fairly accurate picture of how your student is doing in the course. If you have concerns, then please talk to your student and see um, how they feel they're doing, or what help they need and what support they might need. If you would like, you're of course welcome to reach out to me too, and I'd be happy to speak with you either via email or over the phone about your student's success in the course. We have parent-teacher conference coming up. I believe it's in November this year, and I would love to visit with any of you that would like to sit down and talk about the course and talk about your students. So I look forward to those opportunities. Thank you for coming to Open House tonight. I apologize for not being here this evening. If you saw my short introductory video, you know that I'm off at the Ferndale High School Theater tonight as we're getting prepared for our James and the Giant Peach production. But again, thank you for coming this evening, and I wish you the very best for the rest of your evening. Okay, take care.